Hi everyone,
Hey,
this is Dave and Roxanne.
Welcome to another episode of...
It's a new day, it's a new you.
Today we're celebrating.
Yes, we're celebrating our 11 years of marriage. So, and now we're we're just having...
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're just having dinner. We're celebrating our 11 years of being married.
Yeah.
And it's been an amazing roller coaster, blessed life. And we
right.
thank God for it.
And today where are we at?
We're at the Modern Ocean restaurant in Calgary, Alberta. Now we got back yesterday.
Yeah.
We drove from Jasper. It's a 5 hours drive after 9 days of vacation, family vacation.
Yeah.
Hi, Tilanka from London, Ontario. Hi, Radhika. Thanks, Jonathan. Thanks, guys. Thank you, everyone, for your greetings, anniversary greetings, prayers. Thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you so much. We appreciate you. All our friends that greeted us and all our online friends. We appreciate all of you. We're gonna show you our fish menu later. You wanna show it now?
Sure. Okay.
Alright, what do you have here?
I'm getting a what is that? A turbo. And hi, Monica.
Traditional salmon.
Salmon. We had Caesar and some drinks there. We had appetizers earlier. It's a beautiful restaurant. Thank you, guys. Just quickly sharing with you guys what we've learned before we eat.
So what are the 11 things we learned for the last 11 years of marriage?
Okay, so we were reflecting earlier, so that we can share with you guys. We're not perfect couple. We argue. We have disagreements, but
Behind the smiling faces, we're actually normal behind it. We're a normal couple. There's like everybody that goes through. Marriage is not easy, but it's worth it, right?
Yes, and we cannot do this. We cannot have a thriving marriage without God's grace, God's help. So the first one is, what's
the first one is, let's get this out of the way. First secret to a great marriage, number 1 is have sex often.
Yes, have sex often.
Let's get that out of the way. And it's a gift, right? It is a gift when you're married, right?
You have to enjoy each other, right?
Number 2.
Number 2 is pray together.
Pray together.
Yeah, I think that's really important, especially every single day, because we're human, right? So we need when we pray, we reflect how we have to remind each other to be Jesus to each other, right? And to forgive and all that. So
sometimes we're nicer to other people than our spouses.
yes.
So when we pray, it helps us remind that you need to be loving to each other more than other people, right?
Yes. Number 3 is
be open and talk about your finances and your budget. This is another thing that is kind of like taboo in marriage, and we're so grateful we went through the financial peace course, and we learned that marriage is finance is a big problem in marriages, and if you don't talk about it, it becomes even a bigger problem. So one thing we've learned is that you've got to be open and talk about your finances.
Yeah, I remember. I think we have. We only talk about finance. We always talk about finances, but not the details of it. We didn't budget together until 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I think it's the biggest blessing for us is having that financial peace journey that we went through Dave Ramsey course. It actually improved our marriage, improved our finances, and that's why one of the secrets or things that we learned is really talk about finances, budget together. It's really important.
Hope you guys can hear us okay. It's a little bit loud here, but we're gonna blast through this.
Yeah, let us know if you hear us better, if you need us more to talk louder. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Arlan and Ching, for the greetings.
So the next thing is, that's the fourth of it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The fourth thing is communicate massively, especially when it's hard. This is really important because as a team, there are things that that it's hard to communicate, especially the things that that is hard. What are examples of it?
I think in-laws, family, like like sometimes feelings. I think feelings sometimes if you don't talk about feelings, you just keep it to yourself. So you have to communicate. If your spouse have hurt you, or or because sometimes we didn't mean to hurt each other, right? So you have to communicate your feelings.
And ask questions.
Ask
What do you
questions.
really
Yeah.
mean about what you said, especially if it's something that you think was hurtful, and you ask, well, and it's not easy, but of course, if you practice it and say those things, and it really helps you.
Oh, thanks, Monica. Thanks, Marlene. They can hear us fine. It's good. Number 5 is have a weekly day. I think we learned this. I think first month of our marriage, we were blessed that we attended a marriage seminar, and they talk about having a weekly date. So it's really helped us, because when we did have a weekly date, even though we don't have kids, but it's still important, because sometimes you're really busy about business, about your job, about extracurricular activities, ministry, and that weekly date allows us to have alone time together, allows us to talk about our marriage, about our feelings, about it's just a set time, right?
Yeah, and that's my favorite day of the week, Tuesday. Tuesday, we rarely miss it, but if we do, we move it to a different day. It's just time to focus on each other, right?
Yeah. Number 6 is be each other's number one cheerleader.
Number one cheerleader, not be each other's number one critic. Because the tendency sometimes when you're so close to your spouse, right?
You can see everything.
Yeah, and you're so vocal about what's wrong about her, but especially if she has a dream or if she wants to do something, be a cheerleader instead of the first critic, because there's so many critics out there.
Yeah.
The last thing you want is your spouse to be the number one critic, right?
So I appreciate you. You're the number one cheerleader for me.
Thank you.
Number 7, forgive fast. Avoid blaming and being historical. I think that's we were reflecting earlier. What's the biggest fight we had, and to be honest, we forgot about it. But of course, when at the heat of the moment, we're really like mad at each other. But then after that, we forgive and we forget. We don't. Sometimes it's hard. That's why you need God to help you forgive and to forget, and not avoid blaming, avoid being historical. Like sometimes when you're in the heat, when you're in the moment of arguments, stop. Maybe avoid opening that previous wounds, right?
Yeah, and we also learn about our argumentative style. Roxanne is a hawk. I'm an ostrich. We also learned this in our pre-marriage seminar before we got married, and there's you react differently when you are in an argument. And a hawk is somebody that says what he or she says what he thinks, right? And for me, as an ostrich, I kind of I'm more reserved. I don't express the way I feel, so we learn how to communicate that, right?
Yeah, and for me, I'm a hawk, meaning to say, like if I feel bad, I say it right away. So we have to learn how
There's
to
advantage and disadvantage, so that's the point of that one. So
Yeah.
the next is
gratitude.
gratitude.
Yeah, gratitude is basically, vocalize what you appreciate about each other. Sometimes we appreciate our spouse, but we don't say it. So what we've learned is, like say, you appreciate the person for, for cleaning, for washing the dishes, or for helping you out, or doing the groceries, taking the trash out, or just appreciate being a great wife, a great husband. I think that's one of the biggest thing that we love about we learn to be grateful, to vocalize what we love.
Yeah, and I heard this one said that love is not love until you give it away. So appreciation is not really appreciation until you vocalize appreciation.
Yes. Number 9 is have a common goal together. Have a vision board
Together, yeah.
together, and you can have different interests, but have a common goal, like maybe common interests. with each other. Like I think for us, what we have together is our dreams,
Yeah.
our vision together as a couple, and that keeps us moving toward one goal, one dream. And I think that's really like, like for us, we both agree on, like business together, and we that's when we get started together as a couple,
I love
right?
it. Next.
Grow together. That's
Yeah.
that's
So
number 10.
Number 10 is grow together, and one thing I think that really helped us is that when Roxanne loves something, reads a book, I read it together, and we grow together. Because as human beings, either you're dying or you're growing, right? As a couple, as a married couple too, either your marriage is stagnant or growing, and we learned that if we read books together, go to seminars together, it's just help us not just personally but also our marriage.
Yeah, I think that's really one of the biggest thing as well. Like we go to marriage seminar, we go to business seminar. We like if I get excited about something, I show it to him. I said, "Oh, watch this, learn this because I learned this. You should read it, you should watch it." And then he does the same thing as well. So, like be open to growing together and learning together, right?
And lastly, we're gonna show you again the location. Celebrate our wins. 11 years of marriage. We're so blessed. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you. Celebrate all wins.
We're gonna dive in now because it's getting cold. Food.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in, and we always end our New Day New with a verse, and here's the verse for today.
Yes. So it's coming from 1 Peter 4 verse 8, and it says, "Above all, love each other deeply because love covers over a multitude of sins."
Yeah, love covers
Over,
multitude of sins.
yeah.
It really is another day. Marriage, I've learned, is not beating hearts, is not butterfly effect. Marriage is dirty hands. It's a lot of hard work, but if you love someone, you're willing to go through that anyways for all the hard work. So, thanks for tuning in. We're gonna dive into our food. It's getting cold. That is another episode of
It's a new day. It's a new you.
God bless everyone.
God bless everybody. And thanks, Jude May, for the greetings. Thanks, Mel. Thanks, Maria. Thanks, everybody. Just showing you one last one. There you go. We got salad. Just came earlier. And
Good night.
good night, everyone. And good morning to other areas. Thank you. Bye.